Hey, how's it going, guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Georgiman and I'm your friendly neighborhood anime and manga fan. I love all things anime and all things manga, and I'm here today to talk about Chainsaw Man chapter 181. So, what did I think about this week's chapter? Honestly, I love this week's chapter. I thought it was a great chapter at establishing once again Asa and Yoru's dynamic, as well as we get to see more of the development between Yoru's relationship with Denji and how that seems to be shaking up to something that, I wasn't expecting anytime soon. I expected something along these lines with Asa and Denji, but not with Yoru and Denji specifically. But I think this is definitely something that's gonna have a major effect in the story going forward. Now, before I go any further with this week's chapter, I just want to give you guys a quick reminder to make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel so you guys can be up to date with all my anime and manga, as well as all my Chainsaw Man content that I'll be providing in this channel. It really helps out a lot, and I would really appreciate it if you guys could subscribe to my YouTube channel. So if you guys could, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Now, with all that out of the way, let's get into this week's chapter. So this week's chapter starts off where we left off last time, which is pretty much Asa just freaking out. As she's trapped inside of pretty much the Aging Devil's world thing. And as we see that she's kind of just stumbling around, and she is freaking out. Like, my girl is crashing out. Obviously, I would too. I think all of us would be crashing out at that point, because she's like, okay, we can get out of here. No worries. We can get out of here. This is similar to the Eternity Devil, or like the Falling Devil. It's a mental state kind of thing. We can get out of here. We just gotta manifest it into our own will, right? And she just keeps, like, you see her face. She's just like losing it, and I don't blame her, like I said. And she's just like, yeah, we can get out of here. And as she's stumbling, he's like, yeah, I just gotta manifest it into my own will, mental state, and I should be able to get out. And as she's saying all of this, we eventually see that Yoru, she takes over, and she just goes, like, she goes bang, and nothing happens. And at first, Asa's like, dude, what was that about? Like, you're trying to kill this kill? And we see that Yoru's like, that's the second time it hasn't worked. And Asa's like, what are you talking about? It's like, so apparently it seems like as the Aging Devils, as they're inside of this world, their powers are off. And this is nothing new, because we did figure this out last chapter, where we saw pretty much Yoru spamming bangs at Denji, and nothing happened. So it wasn't too much of a shock to see it be confirmed in this week's chapter, but it was still shocking for Yoru herself, where she's like, man, this sucks. And you just see Yoru, like, pretty pissed off about the whole situation. She's like, I'm powerless here. This sucks. My power is no match to the Aging Devil. And that's another thing, like, power scaling wise, Aging Devil, like, this dude, or what, this individual should be that powerful, because I mean, it's the fear of aging. I think everybody to some extent are afraid of getting old and aging and dying from old age. So it would make sense that it would be up there with the War Devil when it comes to power scaling wise. I know power scalers are gonna have a field day with this, but I myself, I see that the Aging Devil right now, this devil should be stronger than Yoru, because war is a new concept that has been kind of in the background for a while, but now that Yoru has gotten some of her power back, it's being more in the forefront. However, it's not as big, as relevant as something like the fear of aging. That's just my 2 cents on it, and why the Aging Devil has such an advantage over Denji and Yoru, but that's just my opinion on it. And what happens is that she's like, man, I'm powerless here, this sucks. We see that she is punching this tree, and she's like, ow, it hurts. And the funniest part was that as she punches it, I personally thought the ow was, her hand, like, she hurt her hand. But in reality, no, it was nothing regarding that. It was actually a tree person thing. And this threw me for a loop. I was like, what is going on? What is Fujimoto cooking? And what we see is that, it's literally a tree person. Like, on some Lord of the Rings thing, they don't seem to be walking. They seem to just be standing still. And this has to do, I think, with what the guy was doing last time, where he was pretending to be a cicada, which somebody pointed out. I think it was somewhere in Reddit or somewhere I saw that the thing that were last week's chapter, where the guy was hugging the tree and making noises, I think it was imitating a cicada. Somebody pointed that out. I myself didn't know what he was doing, but it seems to be the case, because now you see that the people are just literally acting like trees. There's literally tree people. And as she's running around afraid of everything, we see that, Yoru eventually stumbles on Denji's body, falls down. And you see that guy from last week's chapter. He's just like, oh, so you saw the tree person, didn't you? Oh, yeah, that happens after like 1,000 years or something. If you if you want to become a tree, like, you will become a tree eventually. And apparently, once you truly become a tree, you should be able to go back to the real world. But yeah, that's what I heard. And I was like, what is going on, bro? And pretty much what happens after that is that Yoru, she is done with everything. She's like, this sucks. I'm stuck here. And then she like, as I said, she stumbles on Denji, and as she sees Denji falling asleep or whatever, deep consciousness, she just beats the crap out of him. She starts punching him. It's like, it's all your fault. Like, I hate this. I hate you. Why is it that every time we mess with you, why is it that you always get us into some weird devils, like, always chase you around? Like, why is that always the case? I hate it, bro. Why do you do this? Why are you like this? And I felt a lot of, like, emotions from Yoru. She definitely is, like, fed up with everything. She feels like she's stuck here. She feels powerless because she is at this point in time. And, you know, it was very, like, how could I put this? It was very, I wouldn't say sad per se. It was just very pathetic seeing Yoru in that state of mind, because she's always very high and mighty, but now you see her pretty much crumbling down in the reality that she's powerless here. And that's all this is happening. She's just blowing it all off on Denji. She's punching him, and eventually Denji, you hear a perspective from him, and he's awake, and he's like, yeah, it's all my fault. I'm a piece of crap. I suck. I always bring bad things and, like, to good people. Like, I'm a bad luck charm. Like, that's what he's pretty much saying. So my fault. This is my punishment. My punishment is to just be here and become a tall tree and just live my life all miserably. And he's like, this is my punishment. And I love what he says here. He's like, this is my punishment for being a horny dude and just being, like, always bringing bad luck to people. I suck. I'm sorry. And you just see him, like, covering his face. And listen, this was a very emotional scene for Denji, because my man, he's gone through it, man. Like, he lost Nayuta. I know some people out there still hoping that she might be alive. Listen, if she is, that's cool. If she's not, I'm cool with it regardless. But right now, the Nayuta, allegations of her being alive are not looking so good. But like that, Blackbeard says, a man's dream will never die. In some One Piece term, a man's cope will never die. So we can continue to cope whether she's alive or not. But what happens is that he expresses this. It's a very emotional scene, like I said, because Denji's been through a lot. He's lost Nayuta, he's lost his pets, and, Aki, power, enough said. Every person that he's involved himself to some way or another has died or, gotten themselves a terrible life after meeting him. So it's very sad, as he's breaking down all of this. And the thing to note is that as soon as he's saying all this, Yoru's face completely changes. And this was something that I wasn't expecting, where it seems like he hit her one of her heartstrings. Like, it seems like, I feel like Yoru herself was feeling some type of way towards Denji where she related to him, because we see that she's like, shut up, you half-wit, like, stop it. And as he's crying, you see that Yoru reaches in and she goes for a big old kiss. And she's kissing Denji once again. And that's the thing that I want to note once again, is that we do know that Yoru and Asa's, consciousness and their feelings are kind of intertwined in some regard, where we see that they have some type of feeling towards Denji. I wonder now if Denji, as he's expressing these feelings towards, how he's feeling currently, if that really, hit a core to Yoru, because I feel like, as Denji said, like, I always bring misery to people that I'm around. I always get people that I care about, involved and, ruin them. And, I suck. I wonder if Yoru really relates to that, because we do know about the gun and the tank devil, how they were taken away, her kids, quote unquote. And we know that, she probably feels the same way, where she always brings bad luck and misery to people, similar to Asa, where she's giving her bad luck in some regard. So I wonder if this is just my, headcanon, where she might be feeling, like, hey, I relate to this guy. Either that, or she's trying to relieve Denji from his tension, or she just has a physical connection with him, because she is very horny. Similar to Denji, so they have a good chemistry in that regard. But yeah, the chapter is when they kiss, and I'm very curious to see where Fujimoto takes the story from here. I don't know if we get in a chapter next week, because so I saw the Viz Media app. It did not say the next release date, so I'm wondering if there's a break. You guys can comment down below if you guys give me a confirmation. I don't know just yet. But with all that being said, what did you guys think about this week's chapter? Did you guys love it? Did you guys hate it? Did you guys thought it was alright? Whatever you guys thought, let me know in the comment section down below. Also, thank you so much for sticking all the way to the end of the video. I really appreciate it. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel for more Chainsaw Man, as well as more anime and manga content in the near future. But yeah, with all that being said, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.